Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikon here coming at you with another edition of the Kast. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Anthem. And as you guys can clearly see by the headline of the article we're going to be going over, it is not good news. I kind of feel like it is my responsibility to report on pretty much every major bit of news that happens on Anthem, considering all the coverage that I've done on Anthem in the channel in the past. And I'm not going to lie, it has been increasingly disappointing. I mean, you guys know what we talked about in the previous video before I went on my trip, where they released a new Stronghold, which in my opinion did not deliver on as much as I would have liked. I mean, the damn thing starts with a no-fly zone in a game where flying is one of the most fun aspects of the game itself. So, you know, that just kind of, again, just shows that disconnect that I've been highlighting throughout my videos. But not just that, they're delaying a lot of the critical updates that the game desperately needs, a lot of the content that the game desperately needs. And this bit of news right here just kind of serves to cement that is what we can expect from Anthem moving forward. They are most likely currently running on a skeleton team. And it's just incredibly disappointing because at the end of the day, like, I love the gameplay of Anthem, like the core gameplay of it, the moment, the flying, the abilities of the javelins, playing with my Colossus, shield slamming enemies. You know, I love it. And it just sucks that everything else around it is just like so undercooked that I can't even believe that they were able to make the gameplay as engaging as it is. But anyway, let's get through this. Dragon Age 4 becomes Bioware's next big focus as Anthem loses its lead creators. Three key members of Anthem's development team have already stopped working on the game. In recent weeks, three key members of Anthem's lead development team have departed from work on the project, including executive producer Mark Dara, who is the #1 name in the credits. And basically, if we go back to Jason Schreier's article, basically Mark Dara was the person that was put in place to kind of just like get the ball rolling and just like, look, we gotta ship this game no matter what. He was the one that was able to actually you know, cobble together all of the loose ends to come up with that. But yeah, then we have lead producer Michael Gamble. He just kind of always felt more like someone who was dedicated more and more to PR from what I could tell. And lead director Jonathan Warner, with only the latter intending to return to the game following a personal sabbatical. I saw a tweet about this, and apparently Jonathan Warner is dealing with some family issues or whatever, so I'm not going to judge him too harshly in regards to that because we all have family emergencies from time to time. But anyway, according to a recent tweet from Gamble, the reason for this behind-the-scenes reshuffle seems to be Dragon Age shaped, as Bioware places the majority of its focus on getting Dragon Age 4 out the door following several reported reboots of the RPG sequel. So, as we know at this point, again from an article by Jason Schreier, Dragon Age 4 is going to be another live service game. And it's like, I think that BioWare and maybe even EA, I don't know who to talk about this anymore, to be quite honest, but it's like, I think you are grossly overestimating your ability to sell people another live service game if you do not fix Anthem. Like, I'm not even just like saying this for hyperbole purposes or whatever. It's just like Anthem right now is a complete dumpster fire. You guys are delaying critical updates to the game. You still haven't fixed one of the critical aspects of the game, which is its loot, which is one of the main reasons why a lot of the community has moved on from this title, and they're now playing other things. They're getting excited about other things, and they've basically moved on. A large portion of those bases, according to polls that were made by the community themselves, are not coming back to the game. The last time that I played the game, I had trouble getting into matchmaking in Grandmaster 2. And recently I've seen multiple news articles indicating that I'm not the only one suffering from this, despite several people saying in the comments, oh, that was you. I was able to get in just fine. It's like, were you really? Because like there's a lot of people reporting that they're having issues getting into matchmaking because quite simply there's not enough players playing the game, particularly in the harder difficulty. So basically you're stuck on GM1, which, you know, going through GM1 with my Javelin in the state that it is, I might as well be playing Sparkle Pony in very easy. It's not challenging at all. And it's like, I want to be challenged and I want to get that extra loot and I want to do all that stuff. It's still not there. right? So with the community basically abandoning Anthem in droves, which is not something that I want, by the way, because I know that there's a lot of creators out there that's like, yeah, burn it to the ground. It's like, that's not the type of stance that I'm taking. I want the opposite. I want the game to like friggin' fix itself. But unfortunately, that is just not what we're seeing. And with the community basically leaving the game in droves, and you're like, well, let's just focus on the next game. You really think that's going to fly? You think people are going to be like, hells yeah, dude, live service Dragon Age 4? Bring it on, baby. We're down. What? Like, you messed up Mass Effect Andromeda. You completely messed up Anthem. What do you think is going to happen with Dragon Age 4? Like, I don't care where you put your lead producers or whatever. It's just not going to fly. When asked by a fan about the Anthem community, about who the Anthem community should turn to for questions and queries, Gamble confirmed, that's Mike Gamble, that the game's lead producer Ben Irving and head of live service Chad Robertson are now the ones spearheading the game's post-launch cycle and hopefully steering it into a brighter future than its rocky launch period. Dragon Age 4, meanwhile, is reportedly another crack at live service game from Bioware with online elements that would pivot the RPG series from its single-player roots, so it's unlikely we'll be hearing anything soon from that title, so don't expect it to be popping up as one of the E3 2019 games later this June. Instead, the best we can hope for in the short term is that Anthem experiences some sort of miraculous resurgence in quality and vibrance. Stranger things have happened. It is definitely possible, but I think they're going about it the complete wrong way. You're delaying stuff. You're reducing the size of the team, because you're definitely reducing the size of the team. Like, don't even try to tell me you're not, because we are seeing that the updates are fewer and more far between, which means that the live service portion of Anthem is actually not working as advertised. The only thing that we've gotten so far in terms of real, actual content has been the Stronghold that was released last week, which is just like, come on. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You guys need to be coming up with more and more content. You guys need to be fixing all of these problems, which you have said. Like, developers themselves have said, oh no, we completely mastered the engine now, and whenever we fix something, it's a lot easier for us to do these fixes and to do all of the things that we need to, and to add content into the game. We've streamlined the process. We've done all that stuff. And it's like, no, you didn't. And now with 3 lead developers just basically kind of like walking away from the game. One of them is reportedly coming back, Jonathan Warner. But still, at least 2 of the senior staff are leaving the game. And these are the people that should be in there steering the ship, keeping the team together. Telling them, no, this is what we need to do. We need to go in this direction. We need to fix this thing first. Which again, just goes back to that whole lack of direction argument that I've had throughout a lot of my videos. And it's just so disappointing to see it go this route. Oh, man. I really don't see a bright future for it at this point. I don't think I've seen a bright future for it for quite some time. Like, I still held out hope after the release, and, you know, I was just like, no, I'm gonna hang in there. They're gonna fix this stuff. Because I was just so surprised that the gameplay felt so solid, right? But it turns out that that's all they have. That's all they have. Like, there's nothing else there. Everything else around it is just not working, and it doesn't look like it's going to be working anytime soon. And it's a damn shame. Thank you all very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Like the video if it was informative for you. Dislike it if you disagree with anything that I've said. Stay strong, and may your shields never break.